the Grafter here. And today, there's something, I'm so excited about. There's something I'm so excited about that I've not let on for months. I've kept it to myself. I've kept all this a secret. There's going to be something new added to my channel. I'm going to try it. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you do like it, let me know in the comment section. So, instead of, you know, Grand Theft Auto scenarios when I was ranting about like little cows and stuff like that. So basically what we're doing is, we're taking the Grand Theft Auto away from that, and then there's just going to be me. So, the thing that I'm going to be doing today, the new series on my channel, is called Rants. So basically, Rants is basically me sitting here in front of a camera and then just fucking going off on one about certain shit. It's like Grand Theft Auto scenarios, but without the Grand Theft Auto gameplay. Do you know what I mean? Now, before I go off on one, like it, subscribe, tell your fucking pals, you know the score. So, today on Grant's Rants, my first ever rant is going to be about house parties. Now, house parties have different names to them. You've got a gaff, which is what the younger people call it, a den, which is what junkies call it, and you get an empty, which is just basically a fucking free-for-all. For the purpose of this video, we're going to call it house parties. Now, I don't know what most house parties over the world are like, but I can imagine it being a group of people sitting down, drinking fine wine, sniffing it, and then, you know, gulping it. Crisps and dips and all that fucking bullshit are out. The music down at a reasonable level, just basically trying to have a sort of a quiet one, and that's what you would probably class as a house party. But in Scotland, it just means total fucking destruction. For example, look at me. I've been to my fair share of house parties. I'm 23 years old. I look about fucking 60. I've been at house parties when beds have been getting shat on. Fucking banisters in the house have been getting its cunt kicked just for being a banister in a house party. Kettles being pished in. People getting set on fire. People getting launched out of windows. Police shutting the parties down, and massive fucking free-for-alls in the fucking garden. And basically, a Scotland house party makes other house parties seem like you're sitting in with your mum, your dad, your gran, and your granddad, and you're all watching fucking X Factor. There should be fucking TV shows dedicated to how fucking mental house parties in Scotland are. Fuck, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. That's got fuck all on house parties, not a chance. Well done, son. You might have hit a kangaroo's testicle and sat in a pit of spiders for 4 hours, but have you ever tried to spin drink a 3 litre bottle of Frosty Jacks? Like, I have never seen a house party in Scotland being tame. Never ever. It's like unicorns. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Like other countries around the world, it's a fucking shame, because I could imagine like other countries around the world, their parties being very boring, just purely because the standard that we've set as being a fucking house party. I wouldn't change the way Scottish people have a house party, not a fucking chance. If anything, I would rather there was like, instead of a nightclub, there was just a big house that you paid entry fee in to get in, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. I certainly wouldn't fucking spit the dummy about paying a tenner for it. In fact, I'd probably pay 50 fucking quid to get into the fucker.
Oh my god, look at that nose. Look how big it fucking grows. You fat bastard.
House partying as a teenager has its pros and cons. It's got more pros than it does cons, right enough. The pros are you don't give a fuck about anything or anyone, and also it is a good buzz breaking the rules. And the cons were trying to get your hands on some alcohol, and fuck me. You felt like you worked for MI fucking 5 trying to score alcohol on a Friday or Saturday night. Now, there was 2 ways to get your hands on alcohol. Number 1, sitting outside the shop and asking either of these individuals, old people, sound people, paedophiles and junkies, asking them to go in the shop and, you know, get your alcohol so you can go out and have a fucking wild one. And number 2, you would phone your local takeaway, which just happened to have either 2 of these things. 1, they sold alcohol. 2, they had a shop on the end of them which sold alcohol, and you would just order all your alcohol in the one go from there. The thing that still gets me to this day is they must know what we were up to. They've got to know what we were up to. I'm not being funny, right? But for example, hiya, can I get a delivery, please? Yeah, could I have 1 packet of chips with, can I just have salt on them, please? Yeah, and can I get 100 bottles of Buckfast, 40 bottles of vodka, 25 bottles of MD 2020, and 220 packets of Lambert and Butler? Yeah, I'm 18, yeah, honestly, trust me. Like, how the fuck? Like, you must know, like, it's not like fucking Susan, aged 40, sitting in her house is thinking, you know what, I just fancy a bag of chips and a few drinks. No fucking chance does that ever happen. I'm not complaining though, I'm not complaining, purely because they basically sorted out my entire teenage years of my life. Some of the stories from house parties when you're younger as well were just fucking mental. Like, they actually did happen, but if you were listening from an outsider's point of view, you would just think, talking shite. As you get older, the stories become a little less, you know, consistent, and they stop being as non-believable. Like, for example, like at the age of 20, house parties become more of a social gathering event, if you will. The craziest thing to happen at one of those parties is one of your mates, you know, drinks too much beer, passes out, you draw a knob on his head and send him in a taxi down the fucking road. Where as a teenager, at teenage house parties, somebody gets their arse handed to them, someone gets a smelly finger, and somebody does something so stupid that they'll never forget about it for the rest of their lives. Trust me, I know. See, if I could go to a house party where it was just like the house parties we had when you were younger, I would attend every single one of them. Every single one of them, I would attend it. No bother. House parties at a young age were brilliant, and they were the best things that has ever happened to me anyways. Which leads me on to my next subject. House partying as an adult, it becomes a little bit less, you know, raj. If you don't know what raj means, it means fucking mental, basically. But don't get me wrong, it can still be really intense when it wants to be. It just depends if you're actually ready for a 3-day bender or not. House partying as an adult can last for days and days and days on end, purely because your parents aren't going to fucking come back. You've got your own house. You've got no one to fucking answer to, so you just party on. But the people that can last for longer than maybe about 2 days staying awake are 120% on drugs. Now, as you start to get older, you realise that being younger, drugs weren't really, you know, a big thing. I don't know, you maybe see somebody smoking a joint at a party, you're like, oh wow, he's got drugs around. Whereas you get to about my age, it's like, he's taking heroin in that corner. Fucking hell. Now, most adult house parties are basically 10 to 15 people sitting in the living room of somebody's flat, drinking bevy, sniffing coke, and fucking listening to shit songs on a soundbar or some form of Bluetooth speaker. Now, at these grown-up parties, you've got certain type of cunts. Now, let's elaborate on what roles these cunts have. You get depressed cunts who just want to sit and listen to Adele talk about how their fucking life's not going the way they want it to go, and generally just want to have a heart-to-heart with everybody, and they drink themselves into a little bit of a depression. Back in their heyday cunts. Now, these are the sort of guys you see sitting there talking about what they were like in their youth in front of everybody, and nobody really gives a fuck. Violent cunts. These are the type of cunts that drink maybe a bottle of Buckfast and then think, I'm gonna batter him, I'm gonna batter him, go and do this or I'll kick your cunt in. These are the sort of people you don't want at your house parties when you're an adult, because you tend to realise that they're fucking knobs. Raj cunts. Now, Raj cunts are the sort of people you need at a party to keep the party going. These are the sort of Raj cunts that you can see yourself down at a fucking shop at 10 o'clock in the morning waiting for the shop to open for alcohol so you can go in and get as much bevy as you can to stock up for the rest of the day. These are the sort of people you need in your house. I know they're a bit fucking mental, but they're the sort of people that bring the humour to your house party. Tired cunts. Now, tired cunts usually go hard, you know, totally go for it with the alcohol till about 2 o'clock in the morning, where they start doing this. the sort of people that you need to draw a massive throbbing cock on top of their forehead. Sensible cunts. Now, sensible cunts are the sort of people that, you know, have a good few drinks, drink sensibly, but also leave at a sensible time. They're not really fun. They're sort of shite, if I'm honest. Junkie cunts. Junkie cunts are the sort of people that just want to take drugs all night. They don't care about drinking. They just want to take as much drugs as possible. They're the sort of people that stay up till about fucking 8 o'clock on a fucking Monday morning. And basically, that's all the cunts that you should know for your house party. Growing up, you remember these sort of tips for the rest of your life. And for that matter, I'm going to show you these certain tips so you can use them yourself. Never leave your alcoholic beverage out of sight. Purely because there's two certain things this can go. One, it'll get fucking nicked. And number two, somebody can probably chuck something in it, which could lead you to having a bad night. Never let anybody have a shot of your phone, no matter who it fucking is. Because there's always that one person who ends up texting your ex-bird, or texting your mum, or fucking texting your fucking sister of some sort and saying some horrible shit that you have to go back on and say, sorry, that wasn't me, that was my pal. And they'll just be like, liar. For the smokers, do not, it is a schoolboy error, do not dish your fags out to everybody at the fucking party. Because you're acting like you're an ATM for cigarettes, they're just going to take the cunt out of you. And then you'll end up at the end of the night trying to take a fag out and thinking, oh shit, I've no fags left. If you're having a house party, make sure you hide all valuables and make sure anything valuable that's, you know, can't be hidden is fucking super glued to the table or coffee table or whatever the fucker is on, because people will move shit, which will get you in trouble. And again, if you're having a house party, please make sure you leave enough time to clean the fucking house so your mum and dad don't get back and go, fuck, this little shit is at a house party. This one's for the guys. If you're going to have sexual intercourse with a female at a house party, make sure you do it somewhere where you can either 1, lock the door, 2, you know that nobody's not going to come in, and 3, in a private setting. Because fuck me, if one of your pals knows that you're upstairs getting some, they're going to walk in and start chanting, and they're basically going to make you look like a bit of a dick. But if she's tidy, leave the door open so you can show your mates that, you know, that you're the top shagger. If it's not your house, cause as much shit as you fucking possibly can, purely because if it was your house, they would do the fucking same. And if they say they wouldn't, they would, they're lying to you. And last but not least, there's always that one song that can turn a party upside fucking down.
DJ fucking bad boy here, steaming a shite.
Now that was the first edition of Grant's Rants. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think. If you didn't like it, then I'm sorry, but I would generally like to know your feedback on how you feel about this. So yeah, leave a like, you know, do all that good stuff. It's been me, Grant the Grafter. Please like, subscribe, and peace out.